Cast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone. We will start our webinar in 1 minute. We will just wait for other people to join. And also, please let us know if you can hear me well in the chat. So please put plus if you can hear us well. Okay, I can see that people can hear us. And what about other people? Can you hear us well? Please put pluses in the chat so that make sure that you can hear us well. Okay. And if you have some issues, please don't hesitate to type into the chat so we make sure that everything is fine. And I think we can start now. I'm sharing the screen. So hello everyone again. Thank you for joining our webinar. I hope that you are having a wonderful day so far. Let us put these 20 minutes to a good use and see how we can boost your team's performance and find new pharma clients.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex Pustovoitov. I'm also a Senior Partner Relations Manager. So together with you, we'll discuss how to find a new client from global pharma business, how to prepare a project for a pharma client. And also we will discuss what are the main digital trends in the pharma industry and how to meet customers' needs.
Yeah, and my name is Margarita Nefedova. I'm also a Partner Relations Manager at V7 Europe. So let us proceed. According to recent studies, the creation of more engaging content is the top priority. 44% of marketers claim that they have to hold regular daily or weekly meetings to discuss content assets because the lifestyle of content is gradually but perpetually decreasing. Pharma industry using content as a way of meeting the needs of customers who are playing more active role in their healthcare choices. Though historically content has been mainly used by pharma companies, marketing to healthcare professionals the next few years will likely see increased content marketing to consumers, with 29% of organizations surveyed prioritizing it over next years.
The rise of patient centricity that life sciences enterprises have witnessed is a noble trend, and before long we'll probably find an obligation all farmers will eventually impose on themselves. However, this comes at a price for those same healthcare companies, since this will mean bigger amounts of content to be produced apart from providing the feed for HCP audiences. There will be more tension in dealing with the various patient support groups and rapidly changing market realities. This in turn means that time to market becomes a priority. Even now, 78% of pharma biotech marketers report to be producing moderate to enormous amount of assets, and 93% agree the bulk of materials and aids have grown significantly over the last 2 years.
So in such a way, for pharma industry, content is the king for building marketing strategy. Last few years, the pharma budgets on content development have vastly increased, while the life cycle of content has been dramatically decreasing. And now the marketers are expecting more collaboration, productivity, and creative ideas from the agency. Today, pharma needs something more than quality content. Pharma needs flexible content that will be easy to adapt to different type of communicational channels, like for example, email, e-detailing for face-to-face meetings, as well as e-detailing for remote communication with doctors. And pharma is ready to increase the budget and invest more in content development to meet its customers' needs.
So let's discuss some factual data. According to research, 92% of marketers are unable to meet their deadlines. And as we all know, well-tuned communication is what makes any process less time-consuming and more resultative. One thing is simply ordering someone to do their part of the job. Quite another is actually having to wait until you're able to tell them to do their part of the job. And totally another is having to scroll down the list of contacts, get through on the phone, or wait until your email is read. Well, we've got to stop wasting our time. So the conclusion is that an agency and pharma should work as one team in one co-working space, a special platform that would automate and speed up the development and approval process to meet the deadlines.
How can agency adapt to be able to meet the needs of its pharma client? That is the question. Agencies should look closer at those companies' working processes, namely how content production and management are organized. With multiple channels to manage, organizational and strategic coordination is now very important, with 42% companies having an executive specifically employed to direct the overall process. Why? Look at how many sources content comes from. According to Smart Insights, only 10% of companies get content assets exclusively or principally from agencies, while further 74% combine in-house production and outsourcing. This means that a lot of content comes from multiple teams and needs to be kind of squeezed into the paradigm of the overall marketing strategy.
As we have already discussed, 74% of pharma companies are planning to combine in-house production and content outsourcing. Now, pharma is actively searching for the professional agencies that can produce quality and flexible content in a limited amount of time. In other words, pharma wants to speed up development to be able to adapt to every change of customers' needs. In a separate article published in the Harvard Business Review, marketing consultant and author Mark Scheifer has surveyed companies of different industries, including pharma, on their marketing and communication strategies. His interviews revealed several common issues which pharma faces when searching for a new digital agency. So pharma has been mostly complaining about the following factors. First, agencies have been too slow to adjust to fast-changing industry needs, and question marks over whether agency attracting the best digital marketing talent.
On the other hand, when pharma companies are skimming through the list of potential creative partners, and first thing they do is traveling through agencies' creative and engaging website pages. And in this case, pharma wants to quickly understand what type of service the agency provides, often unsystematized list of services combined with purposefully or unpurposefully sophisticated terms, and bingo, pharma is confused about what kind of benefit the company might receive out of this cooperation. Another problem arises when pharma is already considering picking this agency and decides to assign a little project to test agency's abilities. And on this stage, pharma has no idea how long it's going to take because each agency has its own project assessment procedures, which might take weeks, and here read ages in marketing, and in this way of doing business does not fit pharma companies. Also, many agencies tend to provide only a limited amount of services, for example, only content creation, not moderation, and this factor constitutes another risk for pharma.
Despite all the problems mentioned above, pharma is missing talents in in-house content production. And pharma wants to get new fresh ideas and collaborate with local creative agencies who face the requests of their customers on the ground or in the field. The point is, cooperation with local agencies provides valuable channel of expertise, experience, and simply being true to life rather than simply complying with a marketing need.
So the question is, what do pharma companies want from the agency? When pharma executives are looking at those lists of best agencies of this quarter, their decisions are still pretty much based on the fundamental question: can they provide the content quality that corresponds our level? In life sciences, the quality of content is something closely linked to reputation. There is no such thing as viral, but obviously underdeveloped content. Everything should look and feel professional in the most literal sense of the word and correspond to global brand strategy. Minor flaws in design, customer experience, or functionality are huge put-offs. Also, pharma requires to increase the speed of content development, adaptation, renovation, and localization process. An agency needs some established workflow or platform that would allow to automate all the content production processes that would enable the agency to meet the market needs on time.
However, there are a lot of factors that can slow down the process of digital development. For example, sometimes even the customers themselves have no clear understanding of how globally used assets are supposed to be localized according to their local market. On the other hand, slow-paced conventional approval process and lack of interactive communication are impeding and preventing the dynamic development of digital projects. 58% of marketing decision-makers in a survey report they have to go through review for about 5 times. 13% say it's 10 times or more.
Now, let's have a closer look on how agencies cooperate with pharma companies. In fact, here is the list of problems such cooperation faces throughout content development process. There is no consolidated workflow, no standardized content, no single space of communication, and it is difficult to reuse or repurpose content. So all these factors require consolidating effort on establishing a new type of cooperation between the client and the agency. A virtual space, best case some kind of a platform, which enable you to create, review, control, and use already approved presentations to enhance your speed and results.
Which tool can enhance digital development process and improve the collaboration with your clients? We are pleased to introduce Digital Content Factory. The suggested solution aims to connect customers, marketing teams, and agencies in a unified content collaboration process. With a purposefully integrated approval process, the collaboration, commenting, and validation of digital content can be easily optimized as the creators and reviewers are able to see and comment live, interactive content available under one share link and not static PDFs. So by using Digital Content Factory, you can create, you can adjust, localize, review, approve, or reuse content via a single platform.
With the digital content factory, you can easily bridge the gap between different offices of a single pharma company and streamline your content flow. Even in case the headquarters and affiliates are located on different continents, this factor simply stops being an issue. You now have access to a common media library and are able to create and reuse all previous digital assets and templates. Just picture that you won't need to wait until someone types tons of comments via email or depend on lengthy text translation or localization. Imagine that all the processes are so transparent that you are notified immediately about possible improvements to the content, be it even legal or medical advices.
Let us give you some tips on how to be fully prepared for participation in a pharma tender. On this slide, you see the key points that are of great importance for pharma marketing. So in your offer, you should demonstrate that you have special skills, tool or platform in possession that automate and speed up content production according to the Pharma's global strategy requests. First, show them that you can store all digital assets in one space. It means your agency can quickly grab the necessary global template or media and proceed with either editing the ready-made presentation or creating a new one from scratch on the basis of the approval digital content. Secondly, demonstrate you can easily translate and adapt the materials to the local market, and do it faster than the others with the help of automatic translation systems inbuilt in your agency platform, like for example TransPerfect. Another important thing for pharma to speed up content development is ability to convert static digital assets, PDF, PowerPoint, InDesign files, to CLM-ready format. And of course, a very valuable factor for pharma companies remains saving time and meeting the deadlines. Show them that you can cut down production time with the pre-designed templates. Demonstrate that you can create and design a number of templated slides and elements to simplify and accelerate the presentation creation. With the data becoming ever more crucial for understanding customers' needs, show that you have already mastered how to set up different types of KPIs. Also, show you can optimize and make review and approval process transparent by using the workflow that will connect you and pharma in a single co-working space and speed up the approval process. Top agencies cooperating with pharma companies have already been using special platforms to enhance their digital development processes. Today, one of the most affordable and powerful platform that comprises all mentioned functionality is eWizard. This platform can speed up the development process by 4 times and has been used by global pharma companies on multiple occasions and levels. And in a few moments, we will demonstrate you some of the key advantages of this system.
Sure, and before we move on, just let me give a last recommendation on where an agency can find their new global pharma client. So first of all, it's at digital conferences and exhibitions, of course, organized specifically for pharma. The examples of such digital events you can see on the slide. So that's where you can negotiate with pharma decision makers. And also you can participate in our certification program, accomplish certification tests, and we will gladly recommend your agency to top 50 pharma companies.
Okay, and so now we would like to invite you to a very quick demo part of our webinar, just to show you some of the key advantages of eWizard platform and how it can save you a lot of time. So right now, my colleague has entered eWizard interface. On the left, you can see different chapters that will help you with the content creation. So now we will just show you a few things. First of all, digital assets. So digital assets is the place where you can store all your media files, pictures, PDF files, videos in one place. You can either upload them from your computer, and with the help of different filters, you can quickly find the right one. Or if, let's say, you have an access to VivaVault account, you can also use it. Just a second. So you can also use it to pull out these media files directly from VivaVault account. And this is great because right here you can check the status of these digital assets. For example, you can see that some of the files are approved, some of the files are expired and can no longer be used in content creation. So that is very convenient way to get the right approved content and use in your presentation. And one more thing we would like to show you is this global store, which we talked briefly during our webinar. So this global store is very powerful thing for a lot of pharmaceutical companies. I'm talking about big pharma companies that have, let's say, a lot of affiliates all over the world, let's say in Germany, in UK, in France. And so with the help of this global store, they can keep all their presentations from different affiliates in one place. So, for example, this presentation, it says it has been used, as you can see, market. You can see Netherlands. You can see that the region was Europe, and you can also see all different feedbacks on this presentation, and get all type of necessary information. So right now, if let's say this presentation has been used in Netherlands, you can another thing is that you can preview this presentation right here, right from the global store. You can see all the pictures as well as all the interactive content. And so let's say if you're located in Germany, you can just add this presentation to your account. And if you go back to your account, to the main page, you can see that this presentation that, let's say, has been used only in Netherlands on their market is already here. So you can use the same presentation, just do few things like localization, and use already on your market. So right now Margarita is showing the process of localization. For example, you want to translate this presentation into German. So first thing the system does, it creates the copy of this presentation that will be ready for translation. Okay, so we go then to edit localization. Now, eWizard will not translate obviously this presentation for you, but what it does, it will generate a very convenient format where, let's say, as you can see on the left, you have all the English text content, and on the right you can see all the German text content. So for example, if you know German, you can, let's say, translate this English word for demo, and let's call it test just for experiment. And if you save these changes, and then let's do some more changes. Okay, so let's press save, and then if you go back to press save. Another thing before we check the changes, another thing you can do is you can, if you have an translating agency, you can send this just one page to this translation agency or to the person who is accountable for translation. You just have to indicate the name of this person, last name, and indicate the email address. Okay, then you can also protect this link with a password, and if it is required, you can set an expiration date. Let's say this translation has to be done by tomorrow. Okay, so then send. So right now you can see a link that has been generated, and if we follow this link, you will see that this person will receive only this form. You will not be able to access any other things in eWizard, but just strictly this form. And this person can do, again, these changes, can translate it, and then press finish localization. Okay, and after that, after the person presses finish localization, Margarita can go back to her account and see that all the fields that we translated should be here already. As you can see, the word demo has been changed to the word test. Well, that, like I said, this is just for the experiment. So this is one of the most important features of eWizard. But we covered only a few things. I mean, digital assets, localization, global store, but there are a lot of more things in store for eWizard. Let's say ability to create content faster, different exporting and publishing functionality, which greatly simplify the workflow for creative agencies.
And of course, if you're interested, we can set up a separate demo web meeting with you. And don't hesitate to contact us, and we will be glad to show you everything, all the functionalities and characteristics of the platform.
We still have a couple of minutes, so we will be able to answer some of the questions if you have, just really quickly. So we're gonna wait for a few moments. Okay, I see somebody is probably writing some questions. Let's wait for a few moments. And yes, as Margarita said, we are very happy to thank you. thank you for your time as well. So yeah, just well, it seems to me that there are no questions. In any way, okay, we've got one question. Is the limit of presentation in your place? As I understand, you're talking about a global store. From what I know, obviously there is a limit to everything, but this is very individual thing that has to be discussed with every user separately. As of right now, there is no like strict limit to the global store, but I can assure you that that's not going to be a problem or issue for those who are using global store. Okay, I hope that answers a little bit your question. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, okay, guys, again, thank you for taking this time to attend our webinar.
Thank you a lot for your attention. We will be glad to proceed with the communication if you are interested further. And so have a nice day and evening. We have one more question that we cannot skip. So we will be glad to explain this question to you during the web meeting. So of course we will contact Hugo after the webinar and answer his question because he has already left. So thank you. Goodbye, everyone.